Yo, what's going on, Serpa Squad? I am not in Pittsburgh right now. I am in, what is this, like mid-Florida?
South Florida, baby.
South Florida. It's a lot hotter down here, different world. And I'm with my friend Kenan of Kamp Kenan, and I'm gonna take you on a little tour of his facility or zoo, whatever, what do you consider?
Home?
Home, yeah, his home. It's pretty awesome. I'm not shooting in 4K today because the way my camera is, it crops the footage. So hopefully this will give you a pretty good idea of what's going on here. It's something you definitely have to see in person to really appreciate it. But there's, man, it's just so many incredible animals. Why don't we go ahead and take a look?
Since I've had these guys since about 2004, some of them were just tortoises that people no longer wanted. And I did actually purchase a few of the females. That's Hercules. I've actually had him about 10 years now, but I have some tortoises that I've had since about 2001. Yeah, these guys are great. They're a beautiful species of tortoise. They're the third largest tortoise in the world and the largest continental tortoise. The only two tortoises that are larger are the Aldabra and the Galápagos tortoise.
And you have both.
I have both, and I'll show you. These guys are just swarming us, and a lot of people think tortoises, you know, aren't much fun, but they're actually, in my opinion, one of the more personable reptiles you can actually keep. But you gotta have a lot of space, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I would say definitely from the past couple of days that I've been here, every time I walk into a setup, they're right there trying to see what I'm up to. It's so cool. Yeah,
they're pretty neat. They're always looking for food. And in the summer, this is their house. I have a door on that side, a door on this side. They're both open. So now they can wander in the front half. They can wander in the back half. They've got palmettos to hang out in. These are native Florida plant, but the tortoises like to use them for shade. And they actually perform another function here, which is really cool. They're my groundskeepers. They eat the grass, they eat the weeds, they eat everything, the vines that grow, whoa, and they eat my feet too. They'll take a nibble out of a foot to see if it's tasty. But yeah, these guys just kind of do their thing. They weed, they keep it clean. I love them. And they're just a fun tortoise. I only have 9 of them nowadays.
What is this, about a 1/4 acre?
I would say maybe a little less. You know, it's pretty good size. I moved them up here a few years ago because in the back pasture, it would get really, really wet during the rainy season. And this is a species that prefers it to rain and then dry out pretty quickly. They're from the Sahel region of Africa, which is just the fringe along the southern border of the Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
So it's an arid area. However, it does get a lot of a monsoonal rain. So they're pretty cool.
And this guy, he's been keeping reptiles his whole life, just like me. So when you see this kind of thing, it's not something that you just do overnight.
No, man, definitely not. I'm 47. I'm not afraid to say that. Like some people are like, oh, I don't want to know how old he is, but I actually think it's cool, man. I still feel like a little kid, and I'm still doing the same things that I've done when I was a little kid, like riding my bicycles and working with reptiles. It's just the passion, as you know, it kind of expands. And here are the radiated tortoises, by the way, and I have mango that falls from my trees down here, and as you can see, it's a mango party. So these guys, these guys will get fruit supplementally as it drops. You can see, turn right around here, buddy. Look at these giant mangoes.
Yeah, they're getting ready to fall. And
so good.
Something I found out the other day that I didn't know is mango is actually related to poison ivy.
It is.
I guess his wife has the same reaction like you'd have to poison ivy if she comes in contact with the leaves. So
yeah, it's a bummer.
Pretty interesting.
It's interesting, but it's a bummer because I used to eat these mangoes and bring them in the house. I can't even bring them in the house anymore. Up here, what I've done with the radiateds, they've eaten all the grass, and I'm gonna get to landscaping this summer. I'm gonna plant more fountainy grasses around and then do kind of a rock middle. They'll eat weeds that pop up, but I put in a new drain field for my septic system and stuff like that, so I tore up all the grass. So it's right now just sand. It's not the most sightly thing, but I'm gonna change that soon. The cool part is I have these beautiful aquascape ecosystems. You can see this water is great. It's nice and shallow. Here's the tortoise's box for the winter. They have to walk through the water, so they're always getting fresh, clean water to drink. And it's just a really great system for me because it keeps the water clean and it enriches the animals' lives as well. They get to wander around and do things. We've been going, our temperatures have just recently just skyrocketed. So we have a little bit of an algae bloom right now in the water.
What do you have in here, just cichlids?
Yeah, I've got some African cichlids in there. We've got some Indian spotted turtle. Let me grab that guy. He's a real pretty turtle. You should see it. Ugh. This is a really cool endangered species from Pakistan and India. So you can have a look at that. It's a beautiful turtle. That's a big female.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Is that about as big as they get?
They get a little bit larger. The females will get a little bit larger. Here's the overflow. Nobody looks like they're in there. Every once in a while, I do get some turtles that get on up in here, but I don't see any today.
Man, that is a beautiful animal.
Isn't that cool, man?
Do you only have one, or you have a?
No, I've got a whole group. I've got a couple males, a bunch of females, some juveniles. So I'm really excited. It'll be my first season with them. I'm hoping that they'll reproduce. They should reproduce readily in here, so I should find babies and it'll be neat. Here, wander this way. This is kind of fun. I love that my front yard has all this habitat where you can find turtles, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and literally, he's doing the same thing out here that we do in our enclosures. You create different pockets or different areas that sort of act as barriers for the animals. So if some are being aggressive towards others, they can
easily hide. Yeah. Let me see if I can get some of these guys up. Let's give them some food. This is what I call Sophia's pond. It's my stepdaughter's pond. We have a beautiful diamondback terrapin right over there under the weeds there. Pop up some Mesoamerican sliders, Central American sliders popping up, young juveniles. I don't know if you can see them, but we're gonna get these guys all up and at you. They're a little shy. They're babies right now, they're juveniles. So they're a little bit more timid at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a pretty turtle. This is a side neck turtle. So what'll happen is, instead of pulling their head straight back, they pull it to the side. See that?
Yeah.
And it's pink belly side neck. You can see the belly. Just a really beautiful aquatic turtle. They're found in like Papua New Guinea and also in northern Australia. Here comes the little Mesoamerican slider. Cute little thing. And that's closely related to the red-eared slider.
Is that poop?
That's poop. That's tortoise poop.
Man.
That's why you need outdoors. This is my two Galápagos tortoises. That's Darwin, the bigger one, and Socrates here. Socrates came to me in 2005, and Darwin, I flew to Marin County, California, where she was left in my care by a couple who the husband had passed away. He was a dentist and got her as a hatchling in 1996. So this animal here has been growing up, and when I picked it up, this tortoise didn't have a lot of room, and you know, I was able to give it this large enclosure. It's got some enclosure mates, and I think it's interesting to keep the animals in a group, because people often ask me when they purchase a tortoise, they're like, should I get one? Are they solitary? And I always say, look, it's up to you. They'll do fine alone, but I wouldn't want to live my life without another member of my species.
Sure.
You know, I think that you'll see a full range of their behaviors when you keep them together.
Yeah, I think a lot of times as reptile keepers and stuff, we tend to do that because most people aren't keeping them outside like this. So it's not a big enough enclosure to really diffuse any sort of aggression. But with this, I mean, a huge area.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the Galops, and this is my buddy Nostradamus.
Aldabra.
And it is an Aldabra. And if you're wondering what's the difference.
The shell looks a lot more
Yeah, there's some difference there, but some Aldabras shells look similar to the Galops. What you'd look for is, if you look right here above the neck, there's a scoot called a nuchal scoot right there.
Yeah.
So there's a segment there. If you look on the Galops, that does not exist. The other thing you'll notice is, look at his face. He's got this more pointed nose.
Yeah.
You can see they have more of a block nose, the Galops, but this guy's got a little bit more of a pointed snout, and he's super friendly. This is what makes them all perk up. So I'll feed them up on here and helps wear their beaks out, and it's really good, man. There you go.
Oh.
Isn't that awesome?
Crunch. How much do you think they weigh? Like a buck
I
50,
could tell you
200?
350 is what Darwin weighs. The last weigh-in for the Aldabra was 150, but probably closer to 200 nowadays.
What do you call it, like young old men or whatever?
Yeah, born ancient is the term I like to use. They're just, you know, they're little old men. I don't know, it's strange. They're born with all this wisdom in their faces. These are the cherry-head tortoises. I love these little guys. They're some of my favorite tortoises. You're looking at about the maximum size. However, my famous tortoise, Darth Maul, she's quite a bit larger. But these guys are just a really pretty species. They're a redfoot tortoise. Found in Brazil, you have Brazilian cherry-heads, and they just are a more compact species of redfoot. Oh, look at this, they're gonna nibble each other. But they're a really great little species. And the best time for tortoises is right before or right after a big rain. They just get so active. These guys, most tortoises here are crepuscular, so they're active at dawn and dusk.
Yeah.
Because it's like the Goldilocks hour, you know, it's not like too hot, not too cool, so they tend to do well. And then right on the other side, we have a really unique species of tortoise, rather. This is the elongated tortoise. They're from Southeast Asia. They also call them the yellowhead tortoise. They're a really small species. That's as big as they get. Again, another forest species. And I love these. These are like a great pet tortoise because they stay small. They eat a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, and sometimes they'll eat carrion, some dead animals that they come across. In fact, most tortoises I have will do that. They'll eat a little bit of dead animal because, hey man, good protein should not go to waste. But we can go over this way and I'll show you two lizards that I absolutely adore. My rhino iguanas. Let's see if they're both out. I don't know if they're out or not. Oh, there they are. There they go. Look at that. This is Petra, my female rhinoceros iguana. Oh, easy, sweetheart. And this, the other guy, is Petro. So I was thinking rock iguanas, yeah, so petrified. They're kind of like old school, but these guys are beautiful. Just really, really nice animals. Multi-horned rhinoceros iguanas. These animals are found on the island of Hispaniola, which is Dominican Republic and Haiti, and some of the outlying islands around those, that main, you know, landmass there. But they're just great herbivores, you know, reproduce for me every year. Just a very cool, they're my scaly dogs. I just love them, you know. It's truly like living amongst dinosaurs, or dragons really, because as we know, dinosaurs are more like birds, but these guys are definitely primitive in their appearance and I love it. We're gonna wander into our lizard cage here. This is a fun cage. So come on in, we're gonna go straight through. So that is Señor Guapo. That is my male Cuban rock iguana, and if anyone has seen my channel before, you know this dude's kind of a ham and a star. I love this lizard. I got him in August of 2004, him and Lola, who is up top, and he's just a great animal, man. This is like the most, oh God, just gentle disposition, easygoing reptile I own. And so 17 years he's been living here. We just moved him into this enclosure. This used to be my lizard Slinky's enclosure. Yeah. We retrofitted it. We changed it up for him and the Chinese box turtles. But this is just a great, great animal. When I first got them, they were hatchlings. And as soon as they were big enough to not fit through this wire, brought them out here. So can you imagine, like 17 years outdoors in this huge enclosure, they can wander around in, they can act like themselves, they climb, they bask, they do everything. And people ask me, how do you get them so tame? And it was just like, build a big enclosure and spend time with your animals.
Spend time with them. That's what I always tell you guys, because you wonder how can I handle my crested geckos with ease, and pretty much all my animals are very receptive to my presence, and if anything are aware of it and know that I mean food and that sort of thing. And that's what it comes down to, just watching your animals, interacting with them positively, and if they show you any signs of them like not interested in whatever you're doing, you just leave them alone for a little bit. Yep,
he enjoys a good help with the shed every once in a while. I just flick it off. This way I know that I'm not really, you can sometimes bother him if you peel it too quickly.
Look at this guy.
Isn't that amazing?
And then really this is
Lola. She's up there. She's a big queen. Yeah, she's like the, what's up, Lola? How you doing? She's saying what's up. Yeah, that's these guys. This is a Chinese box turtle, so these are really pretty. But they're a box turtle like ours. You see, they have the hinge. They can kind of go away. But
do you have eastern box turtles down
I don't know. No? We have a subspecies of the eastern box turtle, Florida box turtle.
Cool.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
Pretty animal.
Beautiful animal.
All right, let's go on in here and see who's hanging about. This is a beautiful animal. That's a black throat monitor. That is John, and that's my buddy Jerry's animal I'm babysitting. I'm babysitting the male and female. So this is what he'd eat in the wild. This guy's always, you know, they call them monitor lizards because they look around, they're looking for something to eat, they raid nests, and how about it? Let's see if he's interested. I think he is.
Yeah, I think so.
Sometimes he'll swallow them like whole. Other times he does this, he tries to crack them.
Now what kind of eggs would he be eating in the wild, like snake eggs?
Snake eggs, other reptile eggs, there you go.
There it goes.
Reptile eggs, of course bird eggs, crocodile eggs.
Now, I assume it's probably actually good for him to eat this shell.
They will, yeah, it's calcium, exactly. Right down.
Goes.
No worries.
On the hatch. Tongue's crazy.
Isn't that cool? That is a beautiful animal. We've got Lewisi Iguana. These are another type of rock iguana related to the Cubans. A male and a female, they're juveniles. But this is what, I gotta be honest, I'm really excited about.
Yeah, you don't care about.
I don't care about that. This is what I want to see. Here's Bobby Rubino's house, and Tanner really outdid himself by helping me recreate a really cool biome in this old zoo enclosure that I received.
So this is a young John.
This is a young John, correct, a young black-throat. Now, if you guys have seen my channel, you know that when I got him in January, a few weeks after I got him, a strange illness befell him, and I was in and out of the vet's office. I did so much work to keep this animal alive, and we still don't know what it was. We think it might have been an extreme temperature event that affected his nervous system because he was really acting strange. Anyway, happy to report he is 100% dialed now. In fact, he's so responsive. Like, he's like, you got food? You got food?
Yeah.
He will nibble on your finger.
I mean,
super aggro.
We just finished building this yesterday, and when we put him in the enclosure, he was right at home. No acclimation at all. He was in.
I love it, dude. I love how he climbed right up your rockscape. I love it. Look, he's whipping the tail. He's just super happy. So this is a real success, this animal, and I just love that I have a SerpaDesign terrarium for him, and it's really inspired us. I think we're going to do more in the future.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited. So we'll call this reptile row. I have more of these enclosures, and we'll just kind of line it up and make this area more beautiful, and maybe create a facade in front of it, and really do something unique.
And this is obviously just a grow out space.
Yes,
this is
that's
not
right.
His.
That's right. It's just a nicer habitat for him to grow up in. You know, I think the reason Tanner and I really became friendly is because we both have this passion about what can we do to make the animals' lives better in our care. Because the byproduct of creating these really cool spaces for the animals is you get to enjoy them. And so testament to that is the next enclosure we're going to see.
I haven't been in here yet.
Yeah,
partly I didn't want to see all of it before filming and then not have the excitement. Because,
oh, I see, yeah.
You know, when I first saw so many of these animals, it's just so cool to be able to interact with them. At the end of the day, I like all animals, so it's just cool to see all
got. Yeah.
Did he go in his hide?
He might have, but my female's out. She's right there underneath that log.
Oh, I see her.
I'm trying out this thing of letting these two cohabitate. He just swallowed a bug. Let's see if she's interested in an egg.
Chinese water monitor, correct?
It's an Asian water monitor, yeah. These are the second largest lizard on Earth.
What, next to Komodos?
Correct. Slinky! Slinky! Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy. Here he comes. Is she going for it?
Yeah.
Come on, big boy. He came to me, someone gave him to me. He was living in Atlanta in someone's apartment.
Yeah.
And viewers of my channel watched and were generous enough to, they heard me say I wanted a big lizard again. And wapai, there he is. So,
was he this big when you got him?
No, he's much smaller. It was about 4 or 5 years ago now. He is incredible. Just an incredible lizard. And so he almost died because he almost froze. He got out of his heated shelter in December. We had a really cold night. And so that he came back to life for me. And that I love this. Look, he's cracking it in a different way than John, that's for sure. Look how gentle he was. Did you see how gentle he was? There you go. Come on, now watch. Nice and gentle.
And I don't know how they'd be in the wild, but that's it's a huge sign that this is a habituated animal. You know.
Oh yeah, this
familiar with feeding.
Definitely, definitely. Very intelligent. That being said, I'm not being cavalier around him, but is a very, very intelligent animal. Knows the difference between my hand and food. Only time you get bit is if you act like you're taking the food away.
Sure.
He wants the food, so he accidentally gets you.
It's kind of like a dog.
Yeah.
A dog type of thing as well, it seems.
So he's going to slurp up the little...
no, he's sniffing the
backs.
Yeah.
The other carton.
It's crazy to be this close, because I've seen him in videos so many times, but to be sitting here next to him...
Oh, he sees his girlfriend. Let's see, she just got done eating her egg. So you see, like, this enclosure's so large that she's got a place to go, he's got a place to go, and it's pretty neat, I like seeing them interact. But that being said, I'm keeping a good eye on him to make sure that he isn't stressing her out. What was neat is he was inside his house. She was out enjoying the water.
Yeah.
It's large enough. There's a lot of sight lines. Again,
watch out for my toes.
Just let him sniff him. Don't pull away. Just let him do his thing. I can only go on my experiences. I've not ever been bitten by Slinky.
Okay, well, I'll trust your judgment.
Yeah.
I know there's a first time for everything, but
there is.
If you're
and animals will make liars out of you. But, you know, again, see, he smells the eggs in here, so he gets excited. But isn't this amazing? That, you know, I think, like I said, growing up, the type of people we are, keeping these animals in terrariums, and it's so rewarding. But for me, I knew I needed to come down here because the species I really wanted to keep were larger animals.
Yeah.
And this enclosure is 40 by 24 foot, 8 foot tall. This to me is like the culmination of a life's dream.
To put this in perspective, this is bigger than my animal room. So the room that you guys see that I have all my stuff in, this is a decent, you know, decent size. Probably like if you see the way these posts are here, from this over is about the size of my room.
Wow.
So you figure I keep 100+ animals down there. You know?
Yeah. But you utilize the space so well, and you're keeping animals. Oh, see, every time I move this, he freaks out. Look at that. So that's what it is the carton. But you see how he freaks out, but then look, then he gets a sense, he's like, oh, okay. It's a new thing. So by the way, these sandals, the first time I wore these sandals in here, he came running after me, and I'll tell you, it took a lot for me to stay still. It took a lot.
Do you think he smelled like the plastic?
Not the plastic, it's sight. He saw the different color and it looked white.
You think because mine are dark?
Yours
like
are dark.
That bother?
I've desensitized him towards these, but what color are the rodents he gets? They're white.
Oh, they're white, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, so he just really got, you know, amped up. And here she comes sneaking away. And I made her hide box only big enough for her to get through. He cannot fit into it. So she's got a refuge of her own. And you see, I just think it's really cool that these two animals are in here. She's got no marking on her. She's not been hit or scratched or bitten.
It's been about 2 weeks.
What's that?
It's been about 2 weeks.
Yes.
So over here we have a species that's notorious for being nasty. I feel like that's...
Listen, if you're unlucky enough to get a bite from one of these, it's terrible. But these are not nasty animals. They're, in fact, crocodile monitors is what we're talking about. Go ahead and stand right over here. Croc monitors can tame up. Is she gorgeous?
Yeah.
Is that incredible?
Yeah, the colors are way different.
Yeah. She's blind in her left eye. Yeah. So she's trying to crane over to look at it. She's not handleable at all.
Probably never will be.
Never will be. But she's in a large enough enclosure. Again, lots of room. I feed her off tongs. I'm right here, baby. I'm right here. See, she wants to see where I'm at to feel more secure. That curving of the tail is one of their non-verbal communication devices.
Is it prehensile?
It is somewhat prehensile. They'll wrap around branches to a degree, helps balance her. They're called tree crocodiles. I like to give her the room. In fact, step on over here. I don't know what she thinks about these sandals. She saw something, and I just want to give her the proper space.
Do you think it was weird for her because it was two of us in here?
Yes, that's also...
she couldn't keep her eye on both of us?
Exactly right. But she's pretty, man. She's a good lizard. So I do want to show you, I actually do have an indoor enclosure. It's in this shed. This is my large albino Burmese python, and she's here as an education animal. This is not an animal that you're allowed to keep any longer without special permits here in Florida. They're prohibited now. You can get on that side and maybe get a good shot. Just watch out. Oh, you're brave. You're getting right in there, huh? Jeez, you're backing yourself into a corner there, buddy. They're all right.
Not to speak too soon, but what's worse to happen? I get whacked.
You get whacked.
I mean...
Oops, sorry, sweetie. Yeah, she's a cool snake.
So we came through that door here and then out here. And the exposure is getting wacky.
Yeah, so, this is the radiated tortoise enclosure, and then here's where the redfoots come out. So they've got this whole area to play in, wander around in. They can drink from the recreation pond, which overflows into here, and the pumps bring it up to the wetland filter, which I'll show you guys shortly.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go swimming in there.
I know, I'm with you, dude. We need to do that. I think you guys will like to see the cichlids from underwater. But if you step on up this way, just showing you, we've all seen redfoots. You want to see some more fun stuff.
Yeah, all right.
Come on up here. So this is just like a fun little walkway around my recreation pond. I love it.
This is a classic aquascape adage, you know, creating
Yes.
that intrigue and that mystery behind the water feature.
Exactly.
Got all this foliage you can go through, and you got these.
Yeah,
cool
this is
guys
my
over
crazy
here.
rhino iguanas. They knocked their water hose out, but these guys charge the door for food. They're intense, man, super intense. But over here, you know, that water that you saw the redfoots, they're able to drink, it comes back up through here. Here's the wetland. So that's just a biological filtration, man. It's an actual wetland, and all those plants and rocks and gravel are
nutrient export from the plants. You chop them down,
That's
they
right.
grow back, pull out all the nutrients.
exactly
You got the beneficial bacteria down in the rocks, denitrifying the water, and it just,
oxygenation with the waterfall.
Yep.
But look at this, we've got beautiful lilies. They're the powerhouse. This is the powerhouse of the, turn around, look at that.
Yep. Check that out. Look at the color on these cichlids. It's just like, you know, when you put the goldfish outside. I don't know if it's the equivalent of like getting suntanned, but their color is just amplified 100-fold, and they look incredibly beautiful. So what all do you have in here?
I've got electric blues, I've got red empress, I've got mangamo, I've got Du Boise, I've got Malawi eye biters, I've got one koi, massive amount of fish. I got them from my friend Paul from Angel's Hatchery down in Homestead, Florida. But again, all the lilies, they provide surface area to block sunlight, to keep this water really, really clear. We're gonna get in here.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you guys some underwater footage, because the only way to appreciate this pond is to be immersed in it.
Meeting like-minded people is always awesome, and my friend Kenan is an animal enthusiast if I've ever met one. The care that goes into his animals is very evident, and it's cool to see how excited he gets even after so many years. I only keep animals I know I can provide space for, so everything I interact with regularly is fairly small. So being able to get up close and personal with larger ones was an awesome experience. As I'm sure you could tell, they all have unique personalities and traits that were incredible to observe. Also, seeing the turtles and tortoises made me realize something. I really need to get another turtle. That's for another video though. As always, I really hope you all enjoyed the video and enjoyed touring Kamp Kenan with me. Until next time, Serpa Squad, take care and peace.